talk about late game winners. We got hit by a late game winner. Obviously, going into this game, we are 5 for 5, undefeated. Going into another defensive team in Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. We all know what they are all about. Unpack in the middle. We need a width. So looking at the starting lineup, we have Bradley starting over Frimpong. I don't mind. Kirkes back in the starting lineup over Robbo. Isak starting over Ekitike because he got suspended in the Carabao Cup. We have the midfield of McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, which is pretty standard. But Florian Wirtz, left wing, for guys like Gakpo, who hasn't played, has been okay, but he hasn't played spectacularly well. I would probably pick Rio over Wirtz. He didn't really offer us anything. I really wanted to see Florian Wirtz showcase his true talent, right? Why did we pay all that money? When you broke the bank for someone like Florian Wirtz, he needs to show us why we did exactly that. And he didn't have the best game. He hasn't played any really good games for us. A couple early mistakes. I'm watching this midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning. You know, I was so disappointed in Liverpool. Crystal Palace definitely deserved the win. Early in the game, mistakes after mistakes, sloppy passes, defense was weak, one long ball over the top, and they were in. You know, it was so easy for them to hurt us. It was so easy for them to break us down. Crystal Palace hit us in a counter after a mistake. We considered a corner, which led to them scoring their first goal. Scored Ismail Assar in the 10th minute. Another mistake right after that, we almost considered another goal. Ball crossed the box. Munoz, great strike, but Alisson, better save. But Alisson saved the day. And look, even though we lost 2-1, Alisson was the man of the match for me, for Liverpool. You know, without Alisson, we would have scored 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. He saved the day in terms of not, conceding more goals. You know, we continue to play like we are unsure, unrelaxed. You know, every time they pass the ball, I get scared because we're gonna pass the ball and turn it over. Everything was just so inconsistent. You know, Liverpool, it seems like they didn't want to be there. You know, they didn't play with urgency. They didn't, mistake after mistake. Like I said, Konate, there was one instance where he lost the ball. Mateta was one-on-one against Alisson. He shot, but Alisson saved it. I'm watching this 1 a.m. in the morning saying we need to get our act together because this is disappointing. Look, second half got better, chance after chance. We couldn't just capitalize on it. There's one shot where Szoboszlai hit the ball and then Mohamed Salah defended it. Chiesa tied it up with a goal. You know, and now I'm thinking, is it going to happen again? Are we going to get saved by the bell? You know what I mean? Are we going to get lucky? You know, past the 90th minute, are we going to score and possibly win the game? I was happy to walk out of there with 1 point because we played really, really bad. Crystal Palace definitely deserved the win. And then, of course, on the possible last second, Nketiah scored the winning goal. Was it an offside? Probably it was. They checked it. It wasn't an offside. You can say whatever you want to say about the refs, the umpires. They deserve the win. We deserve the loss. This reminds me of against Forest last season when we lost 1-0 at home. We needed something like this for sure. We got Galatasaray next in a few days here in the Champions League. We got Chelsea up next. They just lost to Brighton. And we also have Manchester United at home. That's going to be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. Can we pick up these wins? Crazy game to watch, bruh. So disappointed.